Since I'm occasionally on film sets, even I have fallen victim to the dreaded hot mic, which is basically when a mic is on during conversations meant to be private. Actually, a few days ago I was on set doing a car scene, so another actor and I were in a car chatting when the sound guy came and reminded us that he could hear everything that we were saying. Thankfully, we weren't talking shit about anyone that time. Hey everyone, it's Mackenzie here, and today I'm going to be telling you the top 10 times celebrities forgot their mics were on. Jumping right in at number 10, Justin Trudeau talking bad about Trump. If you're Canadian, I'm certain you've heard of this one. Back in 2019, Justin Trudeau was caught on camera at a Buckingham Palace reception for NATO, seemingly trash-talking President Donald Trump. While speaking with a group of other world leaders, Trudeau forgot his mic was on and that news outlets could hear what he was saying, and on the video where audio is slightly unclear, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson asks French President Emmanuel Macron, "Is that why you were late?" Then Trudeau interrupts to say, he was late because he takes a 40-minute press conference at the top, referring to Trump. He didn't stop there, continuing by doing some sneaky hand gestures while grinning and other shady stuff like that. And of course, this blew up on social media after that, and everyone was of course waiting to see what the king of shade himself, Donald Trump, would have to say about it. Trump then responded by calling Trudeau two-faced. Then Trump Jr. continued by reminding us of Trudeau's latest scandal at that point, by tweeting out a picture of Trudeau in blackface. So yeah, pretty crazy stuff with world leaders, eh? Next at number 9, Britney Spears' costume malfunction. So back in 2009, while Spears was performing in Tampa, Florida, she was wowing the crowd with her sultry dance moves when she finished off with a flashy ending. And then during all the cheers she was getting from the crowd, she forgot her mic was on or thought it was turned off, and then very loudly stated that her is hanging out for all her fans to clearly hear. Literally have no idea how she didn't know it was on. Next, personal baggage. This one's even funnier because this mishap is totally the fault of the crew that was responsible for what was on air that day. Back in 2006, while Bush was delivering a speech dedicated to Hurricane Katrina, a CNN anchor, Kyra Phillips, who had just finished her segment on air, went to the restroom with her mic still on. But the huge mishap happened while during Bush's speech, you can pretty clearly hear Phillips' conversation with another woman in the restroom over Bush's speech. Among their simple small talk, Phillips called most men a-holes, but said her husband is anything but and she's very lucky. She also called her sister-in-law a control freak. Oh, how I'd love to be a fly on the wall for that Christmas dinner. Finally, after some more chatter, someone comes in and tells her to take off her mic. Next at number 7, Obama calls Kanye a jack. Did we really need another reason to love former President Obama? Well, here's one anyway. During an interview with CNBC, while the cameras weren't rolling but his mic was on, Obama can be seen speaking with the crew about the whole Kanye West interrupting Taylor Swift's MTV Awards speech. Speaking candidly about the situation, he said, quote, "The young lady seems like a particularly nice person. She's getting her award. What's he doing up there? He's a jack." Oh my god, Obama is seriously the best. And the prez did not regret it either, calling West a jack another time 3 years later. Seriously, I don't think there will be another president so cool and down to earth. Can you please come to Canada?
The young lady seems like a perfectly nice person. She's getting her award. What's he doing?
Why would he do that?
He's a jack. No.
Next at number 6, secret to looking young. So it seems like everyone these days is trying to look younger or find the secret to age beautifully, like Jennifer Aniston and J.Lo. Well, lucky for them, late actor Ernest Borgnine might just have the solution. Well, the actor was 91 years old and still looking very dapper for his age. In an interview with Fox News, Borgnine was asked what his secret was to looking so good, to which he jokingly replied, "I don't dare tell you." Then, in a moment that he thought was going to be just between him and the reporter, he leaned over to one of the reporters and whispered right into his mic, "I masturbate a lot." Awkward much? Halfway through at number 5, Nigel Hayes' adorable moment. I love this one because it's incredibly cute and not at all scandalous. During a post-game interview with some of his other teammates in 2015, after being asked a question, Nigel noticed stenographer, which if you don't know is a person whose job it is to transcribe speech in shorthand, Deborah Ballman in the audience. After noticing her, he leaned over to a teammate and whispered, "God, she's beautiful." But the whole room heard it. After realizing his mic was still on, he started blushing like crazy, and it's one of the most adorable things on the internet for sure. Next at number 4, Jesse Jackson. Civil rights activist, Baptist minister, and politician Jesse Jackson definitely had some choice words for President Barack Obama before an interview with Fox. Unaware of his mic being on, Jackson tried to quietly whisper to the other panelist that was going to be on the show with him. Well, he can be heard saying that he wanted to cut his out, and also accused his fellow Chicagoan of talking down to black folks, which is a really shocking thing to be hearing from a Baptist minister. Apparently this started because he was unhappy that while Obama spoke to black churchgoers, he urged greater emphasis on fatherhood, advised parents to choose reading books over playing video games, and told students to forget about a career as a rap star or professional basketball and rather stay in school. Yeah, so like completely unreasonable things to be telling people, I guess. Yeah, I'd be super mad if someone told that to my kids too. Next at number 3, Sarah Palin. Poor Sarah Palin. In this one, she yet again is the butt of a joke. After delivering a speech, a group of reporters didn't realize that they were on an open mic, and basically as soon as she steps off stage, the bashing starts. One reporter compares her to a poorly written college paper stuffed with unnecessary quotes just to act as filler. Then another then goes to point out that she didn't even finish her original statement, to which someone else jokes that he didn't hear her make a statement at all. Even though Palin is an easy target and somewhat funny to make fun of, this was really unprofessional, and hopefully they all learn their lesson here. In at number 2, Justin Bieber. Are you shocked to see the Biebs on here? Well, I'm not. During a performance on the Today Show in 2015, he was quite frustrated with the cameraman and got in his face about it after his performance was filmed. Apparently he made the mistake of focusing on Bieber's face rather than his feet, making all the practicing he does for his dance moves totally pointless. He then continued that he might as well have not have danced at all. Ouch. Getting called out by a pop star on TV is really got hurt. But as soon as the Biebs realizes his mic is picking all of it up, he immediately walks off like nothing happened, and the backup dancers are totally trying to cover up their laughter. And finally taking the number 1 spot, Donald Trump. This one is probably as scandalous and shocking as it gets. During the 2016 election, Donald Trump's campaign was really heating up and he was gaining a ton of support across the nation, until the now infamous tape was released. The tape was recorded while he was talking off the record to Access Hollywood's host, Billy Bush. Some of the best highlights of the conversation include Trump admitting he was trying to her, referring to some woman, and failing because she was married, and so was he. And him saying that his fame allowed him to do whatever he wants, including grabbing women, I think as you all know by now, by the sea. Trump, of course, brushed it off when it was brought up during the second presidential debate, immediately trying to bury it by saying Bill Clinton has done way worse things. Good job trying to pull the old deflection, Donald. Sadly for the country, everyone decided to forgive and forget this moment, and he was elected. Okay, well that's it for this list, but I wanted to finish off with some comments. One user said about the Yummy video, I'll stick with Selena. Yeah, she also promoted quite desperately, but at least her songs are good and were worthy of the number 1 spot. So yeah, I saw a few comments asking why I didn't include Selena in my last video about Bieber begging his fans for the number 1, and I didn't because I personally didn't think what Sel was doing was begging necessarily. She was just kind of letting her fans know how much the album meant to her, and she hoped that they would listen and be impacted by it. So I didn't want to bring her down in that video because I didn't think that they were kind of doing the same thing. Next, Lauren Springer said, so I went to TikTok, he is so obnoxious, literally 11 videos. Literally, I know, right? Like, I kind of feel bad because there's a potential his label is making him do this stuff, but either way, it's very, desperado. Next, Katie Mack said, are we just gonna ignore the fact that he did a video, which I think was live, with a fan and told her she wasn't a real fan because she didn't buy that song? Shake my head. Okay, what? I had no idea about that. That is insane, and literally, who does he think he is, disrespecting his fans like that? Not very smart, Biebs. Now on to the farting video. One user on there said, no one. Literally no one. Literally no one in the world. Io, top 10 people that have farted on TV. Don't you know we only do the hardest hitting news around here? But either way, I hope you had a good laugh. And lastly, Breezer said, they made the new girl take the fart story? You're right, they did give me the story, but I was more than happy to take it because I love doing lighthearted videos like this, you know? I'll just laugh at. Well, thank you everyone for watching, and thanks so much for the comments. Leave me something down below that you want me to see and you might be featured in my next video. Bye guys.